Hello everyone, I wanted to welcome you to Endura, my relaxed Minecraft world. Recently, myself and my friends have taken a great deal of enjoyment and peace from falling asleep to videos on the Minecraft section, specifically focused on helping people sleep, study, relax, or work. And I hope this part of my channel can help you do the same. Hey there, welcome to Endura. This is going to be the first episode of my hopefully long-lasting video series based mainly around a much calmer kind of gameplay than I'm used to. So I want to focus primarily, and this is a new mod pack for me. So I'm also, are they? Oh, they're friendly here. Interesting. So this is a brand new mod pack for me, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. This is stunning. But it's a new mod pack. It's something I've never played before. Normally, I am a hardcore player. I almost exclusively play hardcore Minecraft. So being able to play a mod pack where it's more cozily focused, you don't have to worry about any wrong decision ending your world. You don't have to worry about enemies being borderline unkillable sometimes. Your main focus, or my main focus rather, is how much can I enjoy and work with this world. And that's kind of what I want it to, that's what I want it to be. So, like I was saying, I've never played on this mod pack before, barring a quick test. So, I really do hope that you enjoy it as much as I already have in the first few minutes that I've tried it out. Now, I will say I want to find a place to live, and I do really like this beach area. I wish it was a little bigger, but I might keep this in mind and come back here because this is beautiful. So, I have had a few successful hardcore worlds. I've gotten to beaten the Elder Dragon and gotten Elytra on them, and it's always ended up in me burning out at a certain point. So my goal with this is to see, I would love to have a Minecraft world that I could play indefinitely and never get bored of. I'm thinking that the cozy gameplay might be the way to do that. So I hope that this is just the beginning of this series, and if you guys do like it, please let me know down below, because a small idea that I had for this was I wanted to take comments from people watching and maybe name animals after them or put signs up in my world somewhere to kind of commemorate. Now, something you'll notice is there are a lot of new things, especially if you're a vanilla player, that won't be familiar to myself or you or anybody else, but if you've played a similar mod pack to the one that I'm playing, and I'll have the name of the mod pack down in the description. Potentially, maybe I found you a new pack to play on your own. Or if you're not using this video to sleep or study or anything like that, maybe we can play together. Is that a... There's an entire elephant over here. But, like I was saying, and I do like this area as well, we're just going to go ahead and look for a place to call our own for now. And once we get kind of a initial quick base set up, I'd really like to go explore. And if we do end up finding a location that we like more, then then we will go ahead and transfer everything over there. Oh my lord. As you can see, there's quite the wide array of animals. So, I'd be happy to, with those comments I was talking about earlier, potentially take requests for what animal you want me to name after you. And if I can make it happen, then I'll make it happen. Otherwise, I will name an easier animal after you, and then if you have a preference in the next video, I can change it over. Oh, you really eat quick. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for here, but I would like to make it something that I can look out on in 300 days and say, yes, this is a great place to call home. I'm glad I picked it day one. What is that? Zinc ore. We actually can't mine that right now. It said that I need an iron pickaxe, so we're going to leave it. But this is kind of what I mean. For me, this is almost like revisiting Minecraft as a kid again. And exploring things that are kind of territory unknown. Things that I've never seen before. So hopefully you will embark on this journey with me. Now, like I said in the intro, this is definitely going to be more of a relaxed, focused gameplay series. So if you come here to relax, sleep, study, or you're in here while you work, or if you're actually watching the video with me, I just want you to know that I appreciate all of you equally, and that I will most definitely at least be making 2 to 3 more episodes of this before I fully decide on if it's something that I want to do as a full series. So one thing I'm noticing, and I'm actually a very big fan of, is there are a lot of different fruits and vegetables that we can pick up. So food is much more available in this, which is kind of nice. Also, we do have this common hat grab bag. So let's go ahead and see what we get from this. Nate gave us a cheese slice, which is fitting because it just puts a piece of cheese on our face. But it is fitting because if you guys don't know, I'm from Wisconsin in America, and if you know anything about Wisconsin, it is the dairy state for a reason. We are obsessed with our cheese. Oh man, you can just keep eating those, huh? Passion fruit. We're gonna go ahead and take this, I believe. Now, I'm not sure that's exactly how it was supposed to interact, but it does look like we have happened upon a village here. Now, there is a bounty board. So it looks like they want you to... Yeah, so they want you to turn in 2 diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. Interesting. Okay, that could definitely be something we play around with later. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and leave that as is. Now, do I want to call this village my home? I'm honestly not opposed to this landscape. I'm thinking maybe we could do something maybe down here and stay a little separate from the village, or we could build something up on this hilltop here. But oh wow, this mod pack is just beautiful. So I think what we should do, we'll sleep here today. And another thing to note is this mod pack does have waystones as well. So we can go down here and activate this waystone. And if we happen upon another place with a waystone, we can just travel back. So on that note, I think we do set up a small homestead here, or at least to make it so that we have a small chest to hold some items, and then we will continue exploring. So I'm gonna claim this small little house as my own temporarily. And look at the reskin on the jungle chest, that is beautiful. We're gonna drop off most of the stuff that we're not going to need. We'll keep bits of food. We'll drop these off. We'll keep some wood, and then we'll keep some food. And then we are going to go ahead and continue on our expedition. Now, I want to spend a little while looking around and exploring. It doesn't have to be a long time. I just want to make sure that I'm content with the location that we pick. And to do that, I'm just going to gather up a little bit of wood here. Sorry, not wood, I mean wheat. Grab a little bit of wheat. So we have plenty of bread to go ahead and sustain us on our way. Oh wow, you see that up there? Let's go ahead and take a gander at what that is. And again, this is probably the thing that I'm most excited for with this new series is, for me, this is an entirely new perspective on playing Minecraft. The way that I started playing Minecraft when I was younger, my friend and I, we would play competitive on servers that had a add-on called MCMMO. And what MCMMO was it turned Minecraft into a game that had the ability to level up different parts of gameplay. So you would have unarmed for hitting things with your fist. You could have mining. You could have excavation for using a shovel. Oh wow, what is this? A butcher shop. Is this like a little inn? I think we found a random inn. That is very interesting. So there are different buildings that you can find as well, randomly generated buildings. Badlands Minor Outpost map. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Let me actually go ahead and look at that right now. Let's see what this map is all about. The cartographer map has been completed. So I guess we'll put that in our offhand, and if we see movement, then we will follow it. But for right now, let's go ahead and continue on our journey here. going to go ahead and make a pickaxe just so that we can start getting some stone tools. The most essential part of every Minecraft world is upgrading from wood to stone to iron to diamond. And eventually we will be getting netherite as well. Alright. Go ahead and make a stone axe, make a stone pickaxe. Won't be needing those anymore. Go ahead and toss them out. And I did see just a little spot of coal here as well. Now, you might have noticed when I was mining, or rather chopping logs earlier, but this mod pack does have timber, or at least a mod similar to timber. However, it does not have vein miner, which I'm okay with. I'm not too worried about having to individually mine ore, but the timber mod is definitely a large quality of life over the base game. So we can see here, actually, if we look at this bread compared to our bread, regular bread heals 2.5 hunger. But with the silver star, it actually restores 3.5. So the star grading system does absolutely give more items, or rather more hunger back for food. So I am collecting pretty much every seed and plant that I encounter currently, because I don't know what will be useful going into the future. But for right now, we are just looking around trying to find a place that we can lovingly call home. I am not sure what happened here, but it does not look friendly. I think it said volcanic crater. So I'm not making any progress on this cartographer map, which makes me think that it is most likely in the opposite direction, which is alright. I found peanuts. Interesting. But it makes me believe that it's in the opposite direction here, which is alright. I don't mind that at all. Again, right now we are just doing the quintessential starting process to Minecraft, which is finding a place that generated in a way that your eyes deem visually pleasing. And I have a feeling that we're going to be doing this for just a little while longer. I don't think it'll take us much longer, but at least a little while. We actually just found a honey block on a tree. That's kind of interesting. What kind of plant is this? Dune grass. What is this? It is another volcanic crater. We are going to go ahead and leave that for another day. The last thing that I need at the start of my cozy adventure series is to burn in lava. So on that note, it does look like we're heading into a bit more of a densely wooded area, which is kind of the opposite of what I want. However, I won't turn it down quite yet, because you and I both don't know what's kind of hiding around every corner here. So there's no reason to assume, or make assumptions rather, that I will not like a certain area just based off of the amount of trees. Well, I can assure you, and this is an assumption, that I did not like falling from the top of that tree. Now, this is also a much slower paced video than I'm used to making. I actually just released my first long form edited video the other day, and that one was an Arc Raiders video, some of which I recorded on stream, the other half of which I recorded offline like I'm doing now. But honestly, it's a very nice change of pace. It's going to also give me the ability to experiment. Oh, I found a name tag. How interesting. And it also looks like I got 1 honey coffee as a reward for 1 day in this world. Now, I'm not sure exactly what mod that is from, but this Modpack is a cafe modpack, so I can't say that it isn't on brand. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to be escaping the underbrush anytime soon here. Although I can certify that I wouldn't mind it if I did. I do have this world on normal mode as well, so it's not going to be too safe, it's not going to be too hard. Like I was saying before, I am a primarily hardcore Minecraft player, so I do have that going for me. Now, is that me saying that I can't die? Not at all, because trust me, I know better than anyone. I will find a way to die on this world. Whether it's falling from the tree that I fell from just a little while ago, falling into the void, lava, you name it. However, I would like to try and postpone that as long as I can. So, we're going to go ahead and do just that. I'm actually going to see if I can keep a counter to see exactly which day my first death is on. And actually, if you look now, we are escaping the seemingly endless jungle we spent about an entire day running through, or at least a good latter half of it. We did happen upon some iron up here. There are a few more spots over there. I'm not too worried about it. Right now, I would love to just continue on, take anything that I can kind of cherry pick. And once I pick up a few quick little pieces of ore, coal, etc., then we will probably continue on our merry, merry little way. But, like I was saying, I would absolutely love any critiques, comments, concerns about the series that I'm going to be creating. Like, please feel free to drop any of that in the comments below. Especially as someone brand new starting out, this is going to be technically my 4th video, but more so it'll be my 2nd video that I've made. The other 2 were kind of trials. One of them is just a stream VOD, and then one of them is a collection of clips from on stream. So if you do like these videos and you're looking for something more active to watch, you can search that video up and it'll show you a little bit more about what I do on stream when I'm not trying to wind down for the night, and when my voice is distinctly less ASMR like. Although, if you are trying to sleep, I would stay as far away from that video as you possibly can. I don't think I've ever heard somebody anti-promote their own content, but, you know, at least, what was that? think we're so high up right now that I just took a bite out of a cloud. But it's kind of on brand. Half the time, I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. So... But regardless, I do have big plans for this world. As I've kind of been stating, I want to explore a lot. I want to see the new things that this mod pack has to offer. See the creativity that went into the mods by the mod creators and how they opted to express themselves in the content that they created. And I also want to see if I can express my own creativity on a much more relaxed format. Because prior to this, I'm not the best builder. I do think that I can create some decent builds. However, I do think that this will be an extremely fun way for me to see where I went on day 1. Or, sorry, video 1. See where I'm at on video 1. And maybe see where I'm at on video 15 or video 20. So I believe that that could also be a very interesting way to track my own progress as a Minecrafter. Now, I do also think that we absolutely hit the jackpot here, because this is about to be... We're just shy of 64 iron right now, which is probably the best thing that I could have hoped for. And there is actually an emerald ore right up there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get a furnace cooking here. We are going to smelt just a little bit of iron. I'm going to smelt 8 iron. And I will make a... I'll make a few more than 8. Let's see. I'll do the full stack, and we'll see how long that takes. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, will be picking up some more coal. Now, as far as I'm aware in this mod, there is also a backpack that you can wear. And that is made with leather, a chest, and some string. So that will most likely be something that we will be creating very early on. Okay, let's go ahead and right away craft ourselves an iron pickaxe. Toss out the stone pick there. And let's go mine our very first emerald. And while we're at it, we may as well mine our very second emerald as well. Okay, and in the meantime, while the rest of that iron is cooking, we'll go ahead and grab some more iron, we'll grab some more coal. And that should set us up very nicely. Now, why is this happening? I imagine that that was something that was supposed to happen. I'm unsure why it happened, but I presume it has something to do with, again, another mod that I know nothing about. But that is something very interesting, because that begs the question, what if that happens with diamond ore? And I go from getting 2 diamond ore in a small vein to 9 to 10. But I'm also excited to share my vision of what I would like to happen with different buildings. And then while I'm creating the buildings, see what your guys' ideas would be in contrast to mine, how they would differ. Probably my favorite thing that I've ever built. There's 2 contenders for it. One of them is a bridge that I made just to connect my house to the mainland kind of deal. And I made it with the flowers that you find in lush caves that create the spore particles. I really like the spore particle effect. So I made that. I covered it in vines. There were lamps, or lanterns rather, And I think that is probably very high up there on my creations on Minecraft. Now, the other one that I would consider is something that I made on my survival world on Xbox. And it was a storage facility that was inside of a mountain that you could actually fly into using an elytra. So when you flew in, there was a sharp corner to take, so you had to be a little quick. But when you flew in, what you would actually end up doing is taking a right turn, and then there was a lever. And when you flicked the lever, or when you flipped the lever rather, it would turn on the lights, kind of like a warehouse. So row 1 would turn on, then row 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And I was a very, very big fan of that. I'm not sure what enthralled me so much about it, but that was always one of my favorite things that I've made. Alright, Cheesehead, I'm afraid you're gonna have to stay, unless I can keep my Cheesehead on the extra spot. I am a big fan of that. Okay, so we did end up smelting about 20 iron. I didn't really care to do more right now. We will definitely be doing more in the future, but for right now, I wanted to get us back on our feet, back moving again, so the amount that we got up till now is absolutely more than enough. Now, should we need more tools, we can work on that as well. But for right now, we have armor, we have tools. I am very content with our situation right now. So the thing that I'm going to get back on focusing on is finding a place to call home. I think my main focus for this first episode is finding that spot and then probably building a small house, maybe making it just a little bit more comfy, and then exploring just a little bit with the mods that we have installed and seeing what kind of building we can truly create with it. And then the next episode, I think what we should focus primarily on is working towards getting diamonds. And I also think that if I did one significant building per video, I think that would be a very good way for me to balance my pacing. Because a lot of the time with Minecraft and myself, I will just rush and I'll complete the game as fast as I can. And as you can likely imagine, that isn't the best way to prevent burnout. Oh, now look at this. We found some sandstone, some smooth sandstone. Some cherry wood. Oh, cherry wood is interesting. I don't know exactly how I would implement cherry into a build. And I will be frank, currently I am looking for a village that's in a little bit better of a position that I can use. So, as of right now, and this is kind of an awkward spot anyways, the orange sand on the hill for me isn't really, it's not doing the trick for me. We did just find some wild coffee, so we are absolutely going to look at that. Got some coffee beans. I wonder if that means we can brew our own coffee in this as well. Now that is a rather large hole there. But what I would love to do is find another village with a waystone. That is the important part. I would like to find a village with a waystone. Should I do that, then we can go ahead and bounce between the two and continue traveling like that. not sure why that was making a noise that, as if it were being hurt. Oh, I see. I can make my own blueberry bushes as well. I don't know what that is, so... Oh, no, I can't. Or can I? I don't believe that I can. There's plum crops in the trees as well. And we, just like that, have descended back into the absolute mess of trees. And just like that, we're right on back out. Now this is very interesting. It looks like it's almost a flower valley, but with tall grass. Now this is quite... This is pretty. Oh, what is that? What kind of ore is that? It's just regular coal. Alpine salt. Okay, you have my attention. Oh, this is actually limestone. I was wondering why this looked different. This is limestone. Now, I don't have a torch, so I'm actually not going to enter this. I could make one, but... I'm thinking... Right now, I am genuinely thinking that we might make this our home. Now, I'll tell you what I would absolutely love. Just about the only thing that I would like more than what I'm seeing right now is if we were to happen across a lake. If I can find a lake, and actually there's a ruined portal right over here as well. But if I can find a lake, now that would just be very interesting. Okay, so what are we going to do here? I believe we can spare the one peanut we have. I do want to keep a pretty decent variety of stuff. I think honestly I'm okay leaving that right where it is. Oh, this gives me a different type of chest. Crimson chest. Interesting. Well, I don't believe... We can always make another crafting table. That's fine. But yeah, this area is definitely calling out to me a lot right now. There's little lemon trees. There's a few different caves. If I can find an area near here... Oh, and would you look at that? Now, some people might call that cheating, but with the direction I was running, I was about to see it anyways. I think we have found our new home. And let me tell you, this place is actually beautiful. I am a big fan of this. These notice boards are a little bit weird. I don't fully understand them. That might have to be something that I work with a little bit off recording. Now, the thing I'm looking for right now is that waystone that I was talking about earlier. And if I can find one of those, then we are cooking with the gas. Now, what is that? I'll tell you exactly what that is. That is a problem for future me. And here's that waystone that I wanted. Okay, so now we have to go scout where we want to live. And I am a big fan of hilltop houses. However, I'm kind of thinking that I want to stay a little closer to the village. So I'm almost going to say I really like right here. Now this is going to take a little bit of refining, a little bit of work. And I think something that will help us a lot with that would be to, one, make a crafting table. So we have somewhere to put all of our stuff, or sorry, somewhere to craft items that we need. And the item in specific that I'm thinking about that we need would be a smidge more iron. Because I would like to go get a water bucket. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and chop down this tree here. Okay. And then we will cover this up, but first, I am going to go ahead and make a few torches. Okay. We're going to light this up, and then we will cover it with dirt. The reason I'm lighting it up, I just don't want to hear zombies under my house. That doesn't sound like very friendly living space. So I'm afraid they are going to go and have to find a new place to live. But as it stands right now, I am very content. This is quite the little cave system, actually. This is fairly impressive. Suppose I can go ahead and put these here, just so that I have a little bit more of a free arm. Oh man, this is really the cave system here. I'm not sure I'm even going to spawn next to my... Not spawn, sorry, but resurface next to my house. I'm using the term house extraordinarily loosely here. Here we go. Where is this? I am picking up all of the salt ore that I find because I'm not sure when it's going to be useful. But I would rather have more than I need than not enough at all. Go ahead and make a few more torches here real quick. Oh, or at least attempt to. There's another emerald up here. The caves are rewarding us. And with these last few torches, I think we can go ahead and move on out of here. Where is the base of this tree? Is this even a tree? Oh, there it is. Now again, you'll notice the timber mod is absolutely exceptional. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at this. Yep. I am quite content with the location that we have chosen. Now, did we forget to bring a bed? I believe that we did. I'm not sure where I left it, but it appears that there is no bed present here. That scared me, and then I realized that it's just the villagers sleeping. All right. And let's go ahead and claim some of that iron that we just spent last night smelting. Right over here. Now, the thing that I wanted with the iron is I would love to make... Did I put all of the iron? Oh, it's in my inventory. I would love to make a bucket. And then we can use said bucket to exponentially increase how fast we can go about getting rid of all of these. Getting rid of all of the grass. So, there is water right over here. It looks like the limestone is kind of covering most of the area around here. Oh, look at that. And the water is also just beautiful. Now, what is this ore? Is this the zinc from earlier? This is. Okay, so we can actually mine this now. So we'll go ahead and mine this, and then we'll see what we can use it for, because if we can create something interesting with this, then I would like to explore that as well. Now, I am also going to mine just a little bit of copper for the exact same reason. We are playing in 1.20.1, I believe. So a lot of the new changes with copper have not quite yet been implemented. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't something cool with one of the mods that we can't create. And my experience with mods is going to show quite heavily soon. Oh, I like how the cobbled limestone looks. I say that because I don't actually know how to even search for what you can make with something. Because I see, say I go into a crafting bench. Let's go back to our trusty dusty little spot up here. Let's say that I go back to our crafting bench. And I want to see, first, let me go and do this. But I want to see what I can make with an emerald. I don't actually know if there's a keybind that I can press. But what I'm learning is there's just a lot of stuff that I have to learn. But for right now, let's go ahead and start with step number 1. Let's go ahead and make our house. And to make our house, we need to go ahead and clear out an area. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy because I came here because I liked how the grass looked. However, that's not to say that I don't need a bit of a... Oh, I didn't recognize that I could do that. I do need a place to be able to work. And for right now, I think that that should be just about enough. I'm not really going to take out too much more here. Oh, I might take a little bit more out. Let's see how it looks, I suppose, in just a minute here. I'm gonna go and pick up all of the items that I dropped just so I can kind of explore and mess around with them at a later date. Okay. And now, actually, we need wood. Now, you will notice that certain trees, like this one, the timber mod does not work, and that's just due to mod conflictions, which is fine. I'm not upset at having to chop down a couple of trees myself. That said, I probably won't be planting many of them unless I really like the way the logs look. So, for right now, what I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and plant a couple of trees from the saplings we do have. Specifically, spruce. I am a very large, well, I'm a very big fan, rather, of the spruce wood. I think spruce wood looks incredible. So while we wait for those to grow, I am going to go over here and take out a few of these trees while, or rather before, I sleep. So interesting, this guy actually he's a carpenter, and he will take the pine logs that we just chopped down, turn them into emeralds for us. We can't sleep quite yet, which means we just have to get to work. Is this? Oh my lord. Wow, you really can't make that up. That is actually kind of hilarious. Wow. Chess piece figure. Very interesting. Smithing template. Runic etching. Interesting. We found a toy heart. Like I was saying, a chess piece figure. Not sure exactly what that's for. Well, aside from chess. And then we got the, as if it's almost fitting, we got the NapTime music disc. So I think we will have to put our first, we're going to have to put our first little bit of diamond towards a record player just so that we can play that. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad about that being the capstone for today. So I think what I'm going to do then is, aside from vacate this poor villager's bed, I believe we will build our house, or at least the starting parts of it. We will then explore just a smidge more so we can look around, see exactly what all there is to offer. And then from that, then we can go ahead. What are we supposed to do with hollow wood? Not really sure what the point of that is. And then we can go from there, and we will probably end the episode. But for the time being, I need more wood. So we were going to go over here and chop wood while we wait for the other trees to grow. Now I am thinking just a nice kind of small, not shack per se, but I'm thinking kind of a smaller basic building that we can add on to later. And I do want to keep it something or somewhat true to how I think my building skill is currently. And by that, I just mean I don't want to try and overdo it a ton just to make an inaccurate representation of how good I am at building. I want to be able to have my genuine look at how much I have improved by, say, episode 5, episode 10, 15. That's not to say that I won't add to it later. Like on episode 3, we might add something to it. But, and actually that gives me a really good idea. I think what I'll do is I'll add those names from the comments to the build of the video that they are from. So like the first video that we do, this one, the comment that I select from this one, the sign or the animal that I name after the commenter will permanently reside in the building. I think that could be a really cool way to do this, actually. I'm a big fan of that. So for the meantime, we do have a few more spruce saplings that we are going to go ahead and plant for this reason here. And now that we have a couple more of these planted, let's go ahead and start working on the outskirts of our house. I'm going to go ahead and break these. I don't know why I planted these here, but let's set those there. That's good enough for now. is a sorting button as well, which is very nice. Okay, so we're going to take the spruce logs. We'll take the spruce planks. Let's see what the pine logs look like as well. Oh, actually, I am a big, big fan of that. I think that's got to be our flooring. So this is what the regular planks look like, the spruce planks. This is what the pine planks look like. Those look absolutely incredible. So, it's almost as if it was meant to be, right? I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. I'm going to move our crafting bench over to... Actually, I don't suppose that I'll need to move it. I'll just go ahead and lay out a basic framework for how I want the house to look. Now, there is something that I've heard of before called the 7x7 method. And this is something that I have implemented in a build in the past. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I want to do... This is going to kind of suck, but I'm just going to break this. I'm going to put my other half of the chest... Oh dear. There we go. Put the other half of the chest right here, and then we're just going to do one of those numbers. And hope that that just kind of picked everything up. Okay. So we will put... Not a pine sapling. We'll do 7 this way as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we will fill this in. I will be needing to get more pine logs, I believe. I will be. I'm going to be short by, you guessed it, 1 plank. So let's go ahead and find ourselves 1 more pine log. And actually, I'm going to craft myself a new and improved, might I add, iron axe. Okay, there we go. And then we just need to go, I'm going to chop this down. Oops. It's actually not the axe that I meant to use for that. I wanted to use this one so it would break. And now, off we go to find a pine tree. I can't tell, this is a pine tree, correct? What kind of pine log? Alright, perfect. Now, why did that one chop down all the way? Yeah, those are the same logs. Maybe there isn't a mod confliction. Oh, we found a mystery egg. Yeah, maybe I was just doing something wrong. I don't know exactly why that worked the way it did, but I'm not going to complain about it. And there's the final plank. And I think what I would like is a side room. But we're going to save that for just a second. I'm going to go ahead and mine some limestone because I would really like to use materials that I'm not entirely familiar with. I want materials that are new to me right now. We're going to do the classic villager fit-in kind of house. And what we're going to do is we'll do a limestone and pine plank house. I think that'll look really, really nice. And I think it'll be a great look into how bad of an architect I am. However, I think sometimes I can actually make something that looks genuinely decent. So here's hoping that today is one of those days. I think that'll be just about enough for now. And I really should have thought this through because I need to move this over one more. I need to move this over one more block. So what we're going to do, chop this, that there, and then we are just going to go back and forth right here. Okay, perfect. And like I was saying, we're going to do one of these. I'm actually going to leave that block open. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, all the way through. Now this will be a connecting for right here because that's where the other half of our house is going to go. Or the other part, rather. And then right here, I think what we do right here is a good old trusty dusty spruce log. I think we do something like that. And I think that that looks just nice. We will have to cover this up shortly. That's next on the agenda. I promise I'm getting to that. But for right now, I think that this looks pretty good. Now, the framing will also be more cobbled limestone. Like so. Okay. We are going to go sleep in just a moment, so we still have daylight to work with. Thought I threw away my bread for a moment. We'll make a shovel and we'll get some dirt in just a bit while we're clearing up the next area for the room next door. But as it stands, we will be taking some of these as well because I am a big fan of lanterns. I love how lanterns look. And we will be going to bed. Oh man, that does look incredible. Why don't I just take this actually? Actually, what color bed would we like? I think the traditional black, or sorry, not black, red. I think the traditional red bed would look really nice. I just don't know if I can find one here. And I did have one at one point. Oh wow, look at this. There's photographs. I will be taking the bundle, thank you very much. We're gonna leave the rest of this here because I'm very interested to come back and see what I can do with some of these. We'll have to make a red bed soon enough. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've noticed a distinct lack of animals. I don't think I've seen a single cow. I've seen plenty of other animals here, but I can't recall seeing a cow. Oh, sorry, the house is this way. So that might be a problem that requires addressing later. But in the meantime, just for right now, we are going to choose blissful ignorance and not worry about that at all, and just assume it has something to do with the mod. Now, I do need just a little bit more limestone to do what I want to do here. Now, I will say there is also something that I would really like to explore with some. And I'm not sure. I need to see how it's going to interact, because if you've noticed some of the blocks, the naturally occurring blocks like this one, they're like a half slab. It's countered terrain slabs. So what my idea is, what if I put like a half slab here, and then wood, a half slab wood, and then had half slabs of wood? So I want to see if there's a way for me to do that. What does this do? Slab. Let's look up slab. That's a lot of slabs. Let's look up terrain slabs. Okay, this is much better. Now, my other question with this, let me see, I can just go ahead and make one real quick. Oops, not that one. We need some spruce logs. There we go. So if I put this here, no, so they don't match. So there goes that idea. Unfortunately, that idea will not work. So we're going to just go with idea number one. which is to put blocks just like that. And then we can do either more spruce logs here, which let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Just out of curiosity. Okay, so that would look something like this, as opposed to this. So we have option 1, and we have option 2. Now, myself personally, I do believe that option 2 looks better. So, we're going to go with option 2. I don't know if a poll is a thing in YouTube comments, but if you guys are actively paying attention and you think that that decision was horrendous, let me know and I'm happy to fix it later. Now, the other thing that I was going to do here was I'm actually planning on making this layered. So I want to put almost a... How would I go about doing this actually? Okay. I understand. Okay, so what I was actually thinking about doing then is something more like this. Not at all like that. Disregard. Something more like this. And then this will be where I actually build inside my house. So this is going to be, like I was saying, this is going to be a gateway over here. And I feel I'm explaining it rather poorly, but if I could just show you what I mean, it's going to look something a little bit... Do I have more spruce logs? I do not. Alright, let's go find some more spruce. We'll make this objective number 1 for just a moment. I need 8 more spruce logs in total. This should cover that. I had to guess. Okay, it says a little more than 8, but we're going to need more for the build anyhow, so I'm not going to argue with it. Okay, perfect. Now, when I say layered, I mean I want to add to the corners here. It's going to look like that. And then here is actually where we're going to be building with the spruce planks. So we'll do 1, 2. We'll do it like this. And this is going to be a little bit more claustrophobic. Just a smidge. But I think we can adjust a little bit later on as well. I need to make sure that I'm still planting more spruce trees. Otherwise, I am going to run out quite rapidly. I really should be doing all the way here as well. So we'll do like that. Oops. Okay. And just a couple more here. And boom. Like I said, it is a lot more claustrophobic like this, but I also did kind of forget that I need this section carved. And this is why I wanted 2 parts to the house as well. So this will be minorly gated off, which means I'm going to do something along these lines. Okay. And then it's going to feed off into this secondary room here. So I'm not sure quite how I want to do this. And actually, you know what I could do since I am doing it like this? Hold on. I just hatched an idea. So what I can do is actually take this. Oh my, it shows everything in that chest. I didn't know that. And I suppose I probably should have looked at one side of this house before I tore the entire thing down, but I'm committed, so we're going to work with it. And actually, I do really like this already. What we're going to do is we're going to do one of those, and I think I need, let's see, how many? Ah, you know what, I'm just going to do 3. See how that works. And 1, 2. Yeah, I like that a lot. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we are going to run out because I am horrible at prep work. So we'll do one more of these. 1, 2. 1, 2. And the last and kind of least, this one. Do 1, 2, and 1, 2. Boom. All right, how does that look? So I'm definitely a much bigger fan of it. I need to see if there is some kind of vertical slab that I can use. If there's a vertical slab would cook. And actually, we can do something similar here. Hold on. We are doing some moves here because I could do. This one might be a genuinely awful decision, but I actually really like that. I'm a big fan of that. Now, the other thing is, this next room I was going to make smaller, but just by virtue of how small this room is, I don't know how that's going to work. So I believe we are going to go ahead and make a shovel, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves the trusty iron shovel. We can probably go ahead and start. Oh, there we go. Stacking some stuff into the bundle here. Just stuff that we aren't really going to need, and it's just kind of clogging up the inventory. That works out perfect. And what we're going to do is we are going to start tearing into the landscape over here just a little bit. And this is going to do 2 things for us. This will also get us the dirt that we need to be able to fill up the holes around our land here. So it's kind of a dual purpose little excavation trip, if you would. And again, I cannot stress, I just think this Modpack is absolutely beautiful. A white moon has appeared. Now, what does that mean? Do we work through the night to see what this means? I think I'm going to, because I am genuinely intrigued in what a white moon is. Okay, so we have definitely freed up quite a bit of space here. Now, the main question that I have is, how do I want this house to kind of build? And I'm thinking we bring it forward this way towards the village a little bit. So I do need to actually carve out just a little bit more. Go and get rid of this. Like I said, we are going to be getting rid of all of the limestone on the surface as well. We will most likely be replanting some of the flowers that we've torn out of the ecosystem, just to keep it on brand with everything else nearby. And like that, I believe we're good. Okay. Awesome. And now, like I was kind of saying, we can also go ahead and use some of this dirt that we have recently acquired. By recently, I mean incredibly recently. Kind of patch up and get rid of any holes that are here surrounding our base. Just like that. How's that look? That looks pretty good. I am going to go ahead and mine out and replace those few blocks just to kind of keep this smooth and consistent. Probably to right around here. I like that. I think this looks good. Alright. Now let's go ahead and sleep. I don't know what the white moon is, but I don't care to get ambushed anytime soon, so. I really don't love the noises the villagers make. Okay. And just like that, I do believe that we have broken our own pickaxe. That's fine. No problem. It is already back, and we are good to continue going. Now, oopsies. I'm going to replace all of this with dirt. Just because I don't want there to really be any sign of the stone, the limestone. While I do think it is a lovely block, I don't care to really have it right here. So, cover all of this up. Okay. That looks good to me. And now we can begin. Oh. Interesting. Now, well, I'll tell you now, we need more. Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, so that'll be like some kind of Okay, that looks awful. What is that? That looks awful. Terrible. All of the above. Put him right there. We will be continuing to collect those, I believe. For right now, we need our spruce logs. We need more spruce in general, so go ahead and collect all the spruce. I will be planting more saplings as well because we are going to need it. Okay, perfect. So I wanted to extend out this way some. I think the best way to do this would be to, do I have limestone on me? I do. Is to draw out with limestone. I think we take it out this way because it still has this. And then we do a 14 instead of 7. So 1. Actually, it would be... Yeah, let's do this here. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this would actually be... Well, that doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's why. Alright, we are going to do 16 then. So that'd be right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more. We'll do it. Do I want to keep this here? Or do I want to do this? That just looks awkward to me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this as the connecting part. Or Do I like this? I kind of like this, actually. Yeah, because then it'll at least have a little bit of pop over here, too. So we're going to do a 16 by, I believe, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this is going to be our outline here. So I need one more block here. And then you. Oops. Then we put the spruce log here. We put the other spruce log here. And we fill in the blanks. And this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Perfect. So, like I was saying, we are going to need quite a lot more spruce. But thankfully, that's not the worst thing to ask for. So let's actually go ahead and get rid of this problem first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 2, 4. Oops. I don't know why I'm building up. I think the other problem we're going to run into is we're going to run out of limestone like we just did. So maybe we uncover this. Maybe we just go find a different hole to patch up. I think we go find a different hole to patch up. Actually, no, that wasn't very much. There should be another, yeah, right here. Get out of here. We don't want any limestone in our beautiful little fortress here. But I'm not mad at the easily available resources either. Okay. Boom. So this is going to be the outline. The rest of this can be turned into these. And we begin coloring inside the lines. Which is not something that I've always been very good at. My art teachers hated me. Okay. Now I do think this looks just a smidge awkward. I think the easy way to fix this is to just replace it with... Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh man, that's a mistake. This is all plank. And we wanted it to be spruce. Oops, sorry, this is all spruce and we wanted it to be pine. So, at least we have our wood situation sorted for a little while. However, we do have to go see what we can do about the pine logs. Because as far as I recall, I think there's plenty of trees actually. If I look up, yeah, all of those will more than enough cover it, so I'm not too worried about it. I just really hope that our axe will hold up. I suppose we could also just make another one after we're done tearing up our old flooring. Doing, what was his name? Jeremy? The carpenter guy we met earlier? I think it was Jeffrey? Regardless. But yeah, once we are done tearing up the floor, we'll go get some more pine logs. And we will begin filling in the flooring. You know, this has actually been fairly relaxing. I haven't played Minecraft in this fashion. There goes our axe already. So, no stress at all. This has been very relaxing though, because the last time I played Minecraft like this, I can't even remember the last time I played Minecraft like this. So it is a very, very large change of pace for me, and it's not something that I'm upset about. Now we got our pine logs, the ones we were meant to be doing this build with from the get-go. And I really like these logs. Okay, let's hope that we can go ahead and use timber on these trees. Yeah, okay. The way you can tell it's working is it'll take a lot longer to chop the actual base of the tree down. Awesome. That's spruce. We are looking for pine. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay. Probably do one more tree just for good measure. See, now I'm not sure why this one didn't work. And that was why I was thinking there was an inconsistency with the mods, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just something to do with it sounds weird, but the leaves are a different color. I don't know much about coding, but I figure that could cause it to be a different tree, and maybe it's not recognized. Yeah, see, this one's doing the same thing. Interesting. But no worries. We'll chop this one down, and then we will head on back to the house and take ourselves a little nap. Okay. And actually, we do have to go visit the good old villagers over here. And one of them is going to be so kind as to lend us their bed for the afternoon, or for the evening. There are horses here. I just haven't seen any... Oh my lord, what was going on in here? Tyler was his name, Tyler the Carpenter. This guy here. Go ahead and split half of these here. Oh, well, that's not really something that I anticipated. That's all right. And just like that. Oh, with the perfect amount of logs made as well. Beautiful. Okay. And now we can continue to build up. Oh, we're actually out of spruce logs because I turned them all into flooring. And it was the wrong kind of flooring. But no worries, because we have plenty of spruce logs cooking right here. But I hope everybody in here is having a fantastic session of whatever they're doing, whether they're just having me on in the background, if they are trying to sleep. I hope you're sleeping fantastically well. If you're working, I hope you're accomplishing everything you set out to. And now this does beg to differ how I'm going to go about this part here. I am unsure, but that is a problem for later. Right now, I suppose what I could do is put this here. I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We need 4 more sets of limestone stairs. just like so. And just like so. Okay. We will be needing more limestone yet again, I think, surprising absolutely nobody. We're going to need a decent little chunk this time as well, so I suppose I should find a little bit bigger of a hole. And as if it was speaking to me right here. But also, if you guys are still here, please let me know what kind of videos you want me to do. Or not necessarily videos, but what kind of builds and what kind of things you would like to see. Because as of right now, the main things that are speaking to me on a creative level, I think I could do something of a dock over here. The dock would be a little bit hard to do with what we have going on, but I think it could be interesting. It's not exactly the biggest area, like body of water, but it could be something that I could expand or attempt to somehow fill in. In next episode, depending on what we're working on, I think I mentioned wanting to do diamond armor based on the speed at which I'm progressing through this. I'm not sure how realistic diamond armor is. It's definitely something that I could do if I buckled down and did it, but I want to take this a lot slower, so I'm not sure how realistic exactly that would be. Now see, this is the conflicting thing here for me is, what am I supposed to do about this? This just looks a little off. I almost have half a mind to extend one more block here. So that would look something like this. A little bit annoying to work through, but that's absolutely all right. We got nothing but time. And there we go. And then build up 5 here. One more. You and lay down these bricks. Alright, and reset these up real quick. Where did my other stairs go? I'm sorry. Ah, here they are. Okay. So that would go here, and then I would need these pieces here. I don't actually have to mine that yet. And right there. Do I like that more? I like that a lot more. That looks much better to me. I'm a much bigger fan of that, and now I get to figure out how to deal with this monstrosity. Also, we are going to go ahead and put a chest in here, because I have far too much stuff in my bags. Okay, give me this bag, you can have these. Okay, now let's figure out what I want to do about this. I could just turn it into a bit of a post, like a support beam almost. So go ahead and give me another crafting bench. I know I could go get... What was that? Hold on. Is something that you can like climb on too? Oh, that is cool. Imagine that leading to a second floor. That is really, really cool. I think we could work with that, actually. That could be an incredible little idea. So we'll save that for later. Is there, like, cobble versions of that? No. That is very interesting. This is kind of what I was thinking here. But then this looks a little bit off. I mean, this one looks fine. Unless we could do something like, nope. Something like, does that not turn? Okay, so it does. It just doesn't want to work here. What if I do, can I place it like this and then break this? Interesting. How would I need to, I would need to do something like this to see if I can effectively bamboozle this log. Oh no, it's this one. This is the primary support. So let's see if I can't take that away. This doesn't look right anyways, actually. Now that I'm re-examining, I don't believe that that will work. Might work here. But I think what we're gonna do here is just put something like that. I'm not sure. We'll play around with that a little later. For right now, this. What happens if I just go ahead and do... I just realized that I put that on the wrong side. What if I just don't put anything there, actually? Come to think of it, what if I just leave that like this? And maybe turn this into a... Oh, you know what? What if I just go ahead and do... Also, we have the rain for the nice, subtle ambiance now. Right there. Turn it into a table. Still looks a little off, but that's something we can work on as I discover more and more furniture options. As for right now, we're going to go ahead and match this room to what we had going on in the other room. With all the planks. Is that right? Yes, okay. And once we lay all of these down, oops, am I out of spruce? Ah, a minor moon has appeared. Oh, interesting, and it gives me haste. I see how the moons work now. So what was the white moon? What did the white moon do? Very curious what the effect of the white moon was. But we do need just a little bit more spruce, and we actually have it on us right now. Okay. And I do believe... Oh, we need a little bit more cobble first. Forgot to finish outlining this. Oops. Oh, maybe not oops. That actually worked out perfectly. And the final wall before the outline of the house is complete. Okay. How are we looking? How are we looking? I'm a big fan of the pop out effect. I want to get some glass so that I can put up some windows. But for right now, I am a big fan. I want to get some lanterns Put down some lanterns. I don't know what I'm going to do about that quite yet. But I think windows would change a lot. And then, genuinely, I think, yeah, I am a big fan of this, how this is turning out so far. Now, do I want to leave this, or do I want to do one more wall here? Actually, maybe this is a solution that I've kind of been looking for. If I just do that. That looks fine to me, actually. That looks fantastic. All right, perfect. Problem solved itself. Now, we need to make some more torches. So I'm going to go get the coal out of... Where is the coal? Oh, it's in my inventory. And then I need some sticks. We are going to go ahead and break down just a few of these. Make some more torches with the jungle planks. Because I am a jungle plank disenjoyer. And we will make some lanterns. Now, are these... Do I have to do anything? Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay. So, we for sure hang them on the posts. Wow, look at that. I am a fan. We'll do one on every wall, so we're going to need some more... We need some more iron broken down, but that's fine. We have plenty of it. We can always turn it back into iron bars as well, so there's no worries there. Oops. Also, what is that? Cookie cutter. Interesting. Might have to dabble with that at some point. Also, did that say belt slot? Oh my lord, you can have... Wow. It doesn't stop getting better. And there, ooh, not that one, hold on. Put that there. I believe just like that, we have lit up our house. I like the cozy look of it. We'll put these inside as well. And maybe one right here and one. Oh, hi. Hey, buddy. You like my lights? Wow. Okay. I'm a big fan of how this looks. I am a fan. Okay, so what I would like to do is I think this room can be a crafting room. Back here will be the bedroom. And then... Is he just running into the lantern? That's hilarious. They run into the lanterns. Okay. And then we'll have a storage area, kind of lounge area, kind of in the middle. So I do need to go get a bed and maybe some carpets. Like I was saying, I do believe... I think that we should have a red bed, so we will swap eventually, unless... Can I use one of you? I love mods. Oh, the bed here, and then... I just want to reset my respawn. So we'll have the bed here. And I think we do just set up a storage system right over here as well. So, give me some more spruce logs. I will make a whole bunch of these. Oh, and look at these chests. Wow, that looks incredible. Okay, we'll do 3. I am just going to break these. We will sort this in just a minute. For right now, I just want to pick everything up, get everything into a chest. Okay. And then, like I said, I believe this will be our crafting room. I need to see, is there a wide door? Let me see if there's a wide door. Because if there's a 2x2 door or like a taller door or something like that, there are a lot of doors. Western door? Don't tell me it swings open. That's so funny. Okay, is there a wide... There's a garage door. I'm not sure that's exactly what I'm looking for, but I am not seeing any wide doors. There are heavy doors. You need the carpenter's workbench to make one of those, which I could actually do. Carpenter's workbench. So I just need log, plank, wooden axe, crafting table, iron ingot. I am going to pray. Oh, I guess I can bookmark it. All right, that works. All right, let's go chop down one of our trees real quick. And then we will grab our... We may as well grab a whole inventory of stuff from over here. Okay, give me this, give me that, and that. And I should be able to now make the carpenter's workbench. Just by doing this. That here. I want to say, oh, I need another workbench. Okay, put that there. And then it was log, and iron. Wow, look at that. I actually somehow managed to remember that. And look at this. That looks really nice. Oh my lord, I do not understand what this means though. um, oh. Interesting. So can I make bigger doors? Oh, it changes how the logs look? Wow. There are a lot of implications with this. Wow. That is something, all right. Interesting. Okay. There was so much to do there that I kind of forgot what I wanted to do. Well, for starters, let's just go ahead and put all of this stuff away. I do remember wanting to do music disc nap time, though. So, I think we put a roof on this house, and then we start working on our... What was it called again? The music disc. The, oh my lord, I don't know why I'm blanking so hard right now. The record player. Okay. So, in the meantime, roof. Now, do I want to have a stairway up? I kind of do, and I think the way that I would... Oh, what did that just say? Flip block item upside down. Sneak right click in air. Right click with an axe. Toggle aside between big and small. And hide and unhide a sun. Okay, so we just need to kind of mess around with this, I feel like. Oh, that's cool. So you can actually change how it looks. So I wonder, can I change how this looks in corners then? No. But that is very, very neat. So my thought was to have a little bit of a minimalistic stairwell. We could do something kind of like this. And then we can jump up each one. And I think that would be really cool. It'd be an interesting way to get into the attic. Which we're going to need a lot more spruce for because I didn't think about that too much. Now, what could be interesting is making the roof a little bit different. Now, I do want to, for one, I would like to elevate by at least 1 block, so it'll be like this. So we're actually going to have to put another plank here and then add 1 more of these. Oh, I see. I didn't know that was an option. How did I do that? Ah, do I like that more? Okay. So what do we think? Do we like this more? I kind of like seeing the... I like seeing the back end of it. Yeah, I like seeing the back of it. So we are just going to keep it like this. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go about it. So we will be using pine planks. Now I wonder, can we change the pine planks in this? We can. Okay, so what do we want to make our roof look like? I'm kind of a fan of this. This could be really nice. This is the whirlwind? Yes. Now, the nice part about attics is they don't have to have dividers like this. So, when we do build this, it is going to go all the way around. I do realize now that I have to chop these as well. But it is going to go around, kind of like this, where we will have it built all the way through, and it is just going to continue over this. So there will be no separator in the actual attic, which is the very nice part about the attic. I did actually have a build similar to this before, so this is kind of a little bit of a callback for me almost. Which is nice. It's kind of always nice when you're playing a game like Minecraft to reminisce on old builds. So I am excited for that. Now, it looks like we are, once again, humbly out of pine wood. So off we go to find some more. Now, I am going to see if I was right in my assumption that this color leaf allows us to chop down the entire tree. I hope that's the case. It looks like I was correct. So, we are going to instead focus on trying to find pine trees that share that leaf color. Oh, there's another egg up there. Oh, there's another egg here. I will happily take you home. Maybe we can... Oh, maybe I can do that. And when I name a bird after... Or I name an animal after someone, it can be a bird. And then the birds will be in the building that I create for the episode. That is an interesting little idea. I'm a big fan of that, actually. I really like that. So if you want your name to be placed on a bird in the first house here, just let me know about that down in the comments. And then also, let me know where in the house you would like me to seat the bird. Once I figure out how exactly to tame the birds anyways. This is going to be the first night sleeping in the house. And I'm snoring. That's how you know I'm comfortable. What a dream. Did that give me an item? Dream catcher. Gives one random effect for, what is that, 4.5 minutes when waking up, but it gives me -9 efficiency bonus. You know, I hate to say it, but I think I am okay without it. Now then, some more pine planks. I don't think I need that many, so I'm just going to do that. And we are going to continue placing down all of the logs here. Dependent entirely on if I can stop misplacing logs. And I am going to be short 4 logs yet again. I am really nailing this, but the easy part is we don't actually have to worry about it too much because we can just do 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Put whirlwind back on them. Where is it? Boom. And that is the roof complete. And actually, I am a big fan of it. Okay. So that is that done. Now, we just need to work on the actual roof situation, which we will outline in pine planks. And once we are done with that, all we need to do now is go ahead and get some more wood, which seems to be a very recurring theme here. However, we are going to use spruce for this. And then I think also in episode 2, we can start actually decorating the house. Start really diving deep into furniture and seeing what all we can make with that. Putting things on the walls, etc. I think that could be a really fun way to start the next episode as well. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. And there we go. Now, I want to say that'll be enough, but also knowing how roofs work, especially in Minecraft, I can absolutely assure you that this is nowhere near enough. But it is definitely enough to get started while we wait for more spruce trees to grow. Oh, that must be coming from right there. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to make another one and keep it up here. Okay, and then we go ahead and make a whole bunch of stairs like so. And boom. Now we can really start. Now, I am going to actually step us out one more and start us here. Okay. And then we are just going to follow this pattern all the way around. But before I get too deep into it, I want to make sure that this is the look that I like. Or if I want it to be down one more, and by the looks of it, I am glad that I stopped because I definitely want it to be down one more because This looks awful. So we are going to go ahead and pull it out one more and go down one. I don't know if I want to. I think I want it to be like this. Going around. So it'd be something more like that. Do I like that more, or do I want it in one? I think I want it in one more. And this is kind of the beauty with Minecraft. You really get to step back and decide exactly how you want things to look. Now, the downside of that is if it looks bad, like me, then you really only have one person to blame. But we are going to do our utmost best here to actually make this look semi-presentable. I think I'm alright with that. I'll find out really quick if I'm not, and if I'm not, then it's really unfortunate. But for right now, I am A-okay with that. I'm gonna move forward with it. I'm gonna do one side and see how I feel, just like I did earlier. And if I really don't like it, then I can figure out another way to go about this later. Not later, but just a minute, rather. What the heck kind of block is that? There we go. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yep, I'm a fan of it. Alright. At least for right now. I don't think it looks terrible. So we're gonna move forward. And I am going to see what this looks like when I put another layer on it. I love that they added a block for that, because I remember that used to be the most annoying thing, is close corners like that. So I'm grateful that it seems like they added a block to make it not look atrociously bad. I am very, very grateful for that. And we are going to go ahead and continue encircling the house here. And like I was saying, we are absolutely, most definitely going to need far more planks than we have. Because we're not even going to finish a single side. Oh, I lied. We will finish a single side, but we are still going to need far, far, far more. I will be putting the next layer just right here, so this is going to be a nice and quick layer to do. But the next one is going to have to be elevated, which is going to change things up just a little bit. And this is where the bulk of our storage is going to be, in the attic. Now, I am out of spruce trees. I don't know what this is, but I think it's supposed to be a spruce tree, so we're going to pray and hope that it is. Oh wow, look at that. And with that, I know for a fact that that is also not going to be enough, so we're going to go looking for a couple more, while hopefully the ones by our house will grow. So far, this mod pack has been an absolute joy to play. I'm grateful that I found it, because Like I was saying prior, it's been a very, very long time since I've played Minecraft for anything but the absolute horrors of hardcore. So getting to experience Minecraft how the other half play is a very enjoyable scenario for me. Especially when I get to do it in a fashion that I haven't done in more than a decade. Which is take my time, breathe, relax a little, and actually get to enjoy building and exploring. Alright, we got a little bit more spruce back now. We're going to head back, craft up some more stairs, and then see where that leaves us. I do think that this will be enough stairs to actually complete the roof. Or so I hope, at least. Okay. A minor moon has appeared. And the beauty of having so many leftover is I can kind of be a little bit less caring about mistakes and just go back and clean them all up all at once, as opposed to only having a few blocks to spare. So we will be doing one more layer and then we'll be capping it off. So this will be the final layer that we do. Oops. And then we'll be putting a lid on the actual build here. Oops. Oh my lord, I am not the best at keeping this in line, am I? But that is alright. And that is going to be a mistake that you guys are going to see time and time again. Unless, hopefully, you're already sound asleep, because if you aren't, this is going to be kind of embarrassing to put on YouTube. So if you aren't, you want me to feel embarrassed, feel free to comment saying, quote, "You should be embarrassed," and I will know exactly what you mean. I feel like I know two people that are probably going to get to this point of the video, and they're going to hit me with it. I'm curious to see if my hunch is right, because I got two people in mind. I don't know why to do that. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Okay, I can get rid of you. Get rid of you. Now, do I want to put an extra layer under? I kind of do. I don't like the little gap that it leaves. Although I will say that gap is phenomenal for storage, because if you have a chest, you can actually put the chest under it. But I think it looks pretty gross, so we are going to cover it. And we will be using pine logs for that, because I think they look nice. I don't have another reason for it, but I believe that they look nice, and therefore, I'm going to use them. They are significantly more annoying to get, so I kind of wish I didn't, but you know what? This is a live and learn channel. We will suffer through my decisions together, and we will be nothing but stronger for it. What was that? That was kind of a... It's a chinchilla. I am officially in love with this mod pack. As if I wasn't already, but now I am extra in love with this mod pack. Because there are chinchillas, and also there's a ton of spruce here that I didn't realize. As well as these pine trees that, for whatever reason, Again, I think it's because of the color leaf. Don't ask me how that differentiates it, but I believe it is genuinely just the color leaf that breaks it. Do I think that's enough? 44 more? I do. I'm gonna head on back. And we will complete this part, pop a lid on the build itself, and I think we can call that an extremely successful build. Because yet again, this is 100 times better than most of my normal creations. And honestly, I'm very proud of how it came out. I think it looks great. Once we furnish it and we actually have stuff in the building, I think it's going to look even better. And I would be proud to own the deed to this house. Okay. And now we just need to slap a lid on it. Oh. Can we? I think I might actually have to do one more layer of stairs. Actually, I can do slabs, and if I do slabs, that'll work out perfectly. So, which block do we want to do slabs with? Pine? Or should we do more spruce? I am thinking maybe even oak, actually. Because we have a lot of oak. But we'll just go get more spruce. There's plenty of spruce. We'll go get spruce. Especially over here. We learned about 25 seconds ago that there's plenty of spruce to be found over in this direction, so that is where we shall go. Oh, the chinchillas, dude. I want to learn how to tame the chinchillas. Do you guys want to be birds or do you want to be chinchillas? If you had to pick an animal to be, would it be a bird or a chinchilla? Because those are my top two right now, and if I could have pet chinchillas in every building, I would be a very, very content and happy man. And I think one or two more trees should be just about enough. We'll do two more, just in case. We are doing half slabs. The reason I was saying that I thought I might have to do more is because if I put a block on top, it's going to look blocked and weird. But if I use half slabs just look like stairs, but a little bit different. So we're just going to go ahead and use that. And then that should give us a very, very nice capstone here. And I wonder if I can, do you guys think that I can use the half slabs in here? You cannot, okay. That does answer that question. I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also kind of fine with it. Anyways, this is the whole idea behind this, because now we don't have to worry about the roof looking weird from the outside. Here, I can actually show you. So you see how it just kind of continues the staired pattern? If I would have done a full block, it would have looked like that. And it would have looked really weird on top. So, without that weird little extra block... Oop, I fell down my stairs. And this actually does serve a dual purpose. Because with these half slabs, you can actually open chests through them as well. So, we kind of have a multi-functioning roof over our head now, where the storage in the attic will be essentially doubled, because we'll be able to put one chest, two chests, instead of just one chest and only being able to open the one chest. So there are multiple levels on which this is really nice, and I think that will be just pleasant. Okay, we'll go ahead and stick with the lantern theme here. We have more... There they are, iron ingots there. Go ahead and make more sticks, more torches, and then we need more. Where'd you come from? Where did you come from and where did you go? Thank you. Okay, and then we just need to do this. Oops. And now, these ones I kind of want to sit on the ground. We'll put them in the corners, or like right here we'll have chest, 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 chest. So then that would mean that this will be chest, 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 chest. Or we can do chest, or sorry, chest, 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 chest. Right, because this is going to be chest, 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 chest. So we'll leave one space, so chest, 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 chest. Put one here. Then this will be one here. We'll put one right on top of the stairwell. And then we'll put one here. I think that looks fairly good. Yeah. Ooh. I don't really like that though, because that kind of obstructs my walking area. But yeah, when we get enough chests, we'll fill this upper piece here with a bunch of chests. And I think I am happy to call that the build for today. I genuinely don't think that it looks bad. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I do need stairs. Do I have more limestone on me? I do. I actually have stairs already. So I need stairs, so we'll do one. What the heck is that? we'll do 1, 2, and 3. Then we can get up here. Nice and easy. I will be putting stuff on these. That's the reason that I wanted to make it 3D. We'll be hanging stuff, maybe putting vines like here. I do want to add other things to these walls. Has there always been a lemon tree here? Wow. Yeah, so we're going to add a whole bunch of stuff to these walls here. Again, I don't know exactly what, but there will be stuff. I need a door. A door would probably be helpful. I guess we're going to have to go with like a single door. How does the pine door look? Oh, you know what? I kind of like that. Hold on. Oh yeah, that is a door. All right, so then we will go ahead and put spruce. Look at that. That is definitely a door. Then we can actually go ahead and put just a quick little pressure plate here. That way we can get out nice and easy. Can't get in without hitting it, but it'll automatically close it behind us, and I'm a big fan of that. Allows me to be as lazy as I please. And I believe that that means that our only remaining task for the day is to go get a diamond. And then we can make a... What can we go make? We can go make a jukebox. Jukebox. Okay, so yeah, we just need one diamond. So we can go ahead and find that real quick, easy peasy. I just need food. And maybe some building blocks. I will actually be taking this. I'll take spruce planks. Okay. Grab some sticks. Is there anything else that I can see myself needing? Anything that I'm forgetting? Nope, not really. All right, let's go ahead and find a cave to spelunk, shall we? Now, I will say that this has to be one of my favorite parts of Minecraft. So if you remember, I'm always playing hardcore, and if I can always play hardcore, then it probably means that one of my favorite things to do is what? On a new world, you start out, you go, you look around, you find iron, you keep diving. So the way I play hardcore is I refuse to get attached to a world before I have full diamond armor. What is this? Whoa. Potato recovery. What is... Oh, I like that a lot. You can place your enchanted books. That's cool. So there are just going to be random little loot caches, supposedly. That's interesting. I'm not sure I would have ever came up with that, but I am a fan. Because it's kind of... It seems like a rare thing. Like, I have only seen those sparkles twice. Once was on that iron ore that mined itself like 7 times. And then the other one was just then. Look at this guy. Now, I'm not really looking to go on a grand expedition right now. I think what I'm looking for is I would really like to just find a ravine or something. Or if absolutely needed, I could dig straight down. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. It is a little dangerous because lava, but if you do a 2 block by 1 block, it makes it almost impossible to die. Now, again, I don't necessarily have to worry too much because... Let's say enchanted grass. I thought I saw enchanted grass. I don't have to worry too much because this is normal. Like, we're on normal difficulty. I'm not on hardcore or anything like that. What is that? Fruits of the field. Apple and cherry trees now grow in plains biomes. Interesting. Is that for hitting like day 5 or something like that? What day are we on? Does it say anywhere? Day 11. Oh, wow. I thought we were on day like 2. Okay, so we do have a little cave here. I'm going to go ahead and mine the zinc. I don't really fully comprehend what all it does for me, but I don't want to be short on it if I ever do find out. I will mine copper because, like I said, with mod packs, you never know. Everything has its own uses. Even the most unseemly of items like copper. So, we may as well stock up at least a tiny bit on it now. And I say that knowing full well I'm about to ignore the one that I just saw and then zinc. I am an extraordinarily hypocritical caveman. Cavesman. Miner? I don't know. You know what. Okay. So I think I am going to go ahead and just do the 1x2 rule. And we are just going to dig straight on down until we find some deep slate. And this will take a while, but it's going to do 2 things for us. One, it'll get us straight down to the level that we want to be at. And, oh, what is crimsite? Hold on. And we have already found deep slate, which is kind of surprising because we aren't that deep yet. And there, oh, that's a really nice mod. It replaced our tool immediately. That is quite nice. And another thing I'm really interested in with this mod is I want to see the other kind of enchantments you can get. Because there are quite a few enchantments already in Minecraft, obviously. However, there are things that I'm completely familiar with. So what I want to see is I want to see what else they have to offer. We should be getting to true deep slate shortly here. Now that we have kind of... I think that was like a biome above. Yeah, so this is actually deep slate that's spawning now. I think that was just a biome above that had crimsite in it, or whatever that was called. How low can you go? Okay, so that means we are definitely in the lower levels now. And let me tell you what, it is a good thing that I brought my iron and my pickaxe because If you don't notice, we are already to the point where our iron pick is not looking too great. Now, lapis lazuli is something that I will go out of my way real quick to grab because, again, I have no idea what it's going to be used for, and we need it regardless for enchanting, so yes, please, and thank you. And we are just going to keep on going. We're going to get pretty deep. I want to get down to about negative 45, I believe. I think negative 56 is bedrock. So if we can get to 45, 44, 45, I think that would be a great level to start looking for caves at. Now, what is this? Rhyolite. Doesn't look like it's used in much of anything. It's just another... Yeah, it is just another block, pretty much. Okay, that works. And actually, it looks like we have found something of a small cave here. But that is not necessarily a bad thing because sometimes the smaller ones lead to really big caves. We will be taking gold ore. What was that I just mined up? What is that? Petrified lichen. Sounds not incredibly useful. Okay. And this is kind of what I was talking about here. What is that? So +2 entity reach, block reach, 1 luck, and 1 armor. Alright. I got nothing against that. So it seems like the enemies in this mod pack can't really see me. What the heck? It seems like they can't see or target me, which I wasn't really aware of. Which is kind of an interesting development. I might have to see if I can turn that off somehow. Unless you guys really just want this to be a true, like, cozy experience where, yes, we do have enemies, but they aren't really focused on attacking me, so I can just kind of almost disregard. Because I will say that will make it much easier, but I've also never played on a peaceful-esque world. That's it's never been something I've done before. Like, I don't even comprehend how this is supposed to work. Oh, well, what the fuck? That's a good thing that they're not attacking me because I would probably get fried right there. So yeah, let me know if you want me to change that. I have absolutely nothing against changing that. Like I said, I'm used to hardcore, so changing this over to like a way that I can actually get hit does not faze me even a little bit. We did get music disc 11. We got 2 new grab bags. So let's see what hats we get. A tonic leaf, I believe. And a caterpillar. Okay, I love the caterpillar. The caterpillar's staying. The caterpillar is going nowhere. His name is Squishy, and he shall be mine. Okay. Yeah, so when it says block reach, oh wow. Okay, so that's a thing. What else does this do? Entity reach, block, luck, and 1 armor. Yeah, that's totally balanced. So we can reach very far now, which is actually so nice. That's really cool. I didn't know they had items like that. Again, the only thing we are at present looking for. Now, where did my entry go? Is that it? Is this where I came from? The only thing that we're looking for at present is a singular 1 measly little diamond. I don't believe this is where I came from. So the second I do find a diamond, I'm trying to retrace my steps and go on and get out of here. So... oh, does this lead somewhere as well? This actually might lead to another cave over here. And I think it's actually, yeah, it's just part of the cave that I was already in. How about down here? Where is this gonna take me? Oh my lord. That looks a little scary. What is that? Jeez, that is bright. I want to know why there's like blue sparkles, dude. Okay, now that I'm done being blinded by lava, like I'm listening to The Weeknd. I would really like to find my way in, so that way I can, you know, dig my way or build my way back out once I do find a diamond. However, oh, is this it? No. It does not appear that it's going to be quite that easy. Unfortunately. So, maybe... yeah. I guess we just keep digging down, because this isn't quite as deep as I wanted to be anyhow. I wanted to get just a little deeper than this. And then we can start building a tunnel and see how that treats us. Let's see, is this as deep as I'm gonna get? I don't really want to go dig down by the lava. I suppose I could. What's over here? Have I explored this yet? I don't believe I've been here before. Yeah, this is all new. Oh. That's why it was blue. Okay. Well, sure, why not on this world that I just started? Now, I'd feel kind of cheap if I just ran around knowing that the warden wouldn't attack me, so I don't want to do that. I want to, at least in the spirit of being next to the deep dark, try and pretend like it could kill me. Because, you know, I don't know, it just seems very cheap and I don't really resonate with that, so if we are going to be by it, we may as well treat it like it's... how do these guys work? I don't really understand what that guy's supposed to do. He was holding a redstone above his head, but like, what does that mean? cache. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely something that's happening, I guess. We are just going to continue pressing on. I would like to find the deep dark, or whatever it's called. What is it called? The ancient city. I would like to find the ancient city, but I genuinely just want my 1 diamond and I'll leave. You can keep your secrets, old man. I just want my diamond. Now, what are the odds there's a diamond up there? That is actually, that is a question that I would like to ask. Also, there seems to be a distinct lack of ores in general. It's not like I'm not running into stuff. I found lapis, I found gold, iron, etc. But I feel like at the level that I'm at, there should be more. I'm gonna see if I can trigger a sensor through a wall. Does not appear so. Yeah, that gives XP. I don't really care that much about that. We're just gonna ignore that, I guess. I kind of want to go find it, but at the same time, I really don't want to spend the time to go find it. Is that another village? Oh no, this is my house. I was like, whoa, so close. But yeah, I'm not too intrigued by that right now. I would rather just do my thing, you know, and continue in the path that I have laid in front of me. So, I suppose on that note, let's go ahead and pick a different area and dig down over here and see if we can maybe get lucky and run into a diamond. The quest for diamonds, dude. And it's just as strenuous as it used to be. Actually, it's technically worse now. Ever since they did the caves and cliffs update, it's actually harder to find diamonds. But I think they're more probable once you get to the lower levels. It just takes longer. So it's a give and a take, I guess. Give me another one of these, please. Thank you very much. And we are back down on our way. Oh, am I actually out of inventory space? I don't need that. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, if you do have ideas for the series, please, please, please let me know. Okay, so we are at -55 now. I thought this is when Bedrock was supposed to start. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. We're gonna go up one, and then we're just gonna start mining in a direction. I suppose we could actually strip mine, and that would probably work better. Yeah, let me do that. If we are actually just going for diamonds, this is probably the best case scenario. Although the particles on the blocks are going to make it a little hard to see. Some deep slate lapis I'm going to go grab real quick. Or so I thought, at least. There we go. We really should have made a backpack before we came down here. This is going to take an exceptionally long amount of time to mine through this deep slate, because iron pickaxes, I'm gonna be on. Okay, that was smooth basalt. Let me go look at that. Let me go take a real quick gander at that. Maybe there's something about this biome that I don't know. Or maybe it's literally just basalt. But why is it here? is the other question that I have. And that was kind of a bust. Really just looking for that one piece of blue in the distance. I say piece of blue meaning not the ancient city, but the blue that we actually want. It's almost impossible to see with those particles. I like the particles, don't get me wrong, but it is almost impossible to see with them there. I am a fan. I just wish they would tone down just a smidge, you know. I was skipping just a little bit back here because I didn't really intend to mine through the basalt. But maybe that is a mistake. All we need is one singular diamond. At this point, I think it might have just been faster for us to find a village with a blacksmith in it. Or maybe like a sunken treasure or something along those lines. Because this is pretty slow going. And usually, I feel like you would have found at least one diamond by now, because this is taking quite a while. Let me try building up. Tool scraps. Gives 10%. Oh, interesting. That is good. A 5% efficiency bonus and a 10.5% chance to not lose durability when using items. That is very interesting, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mine up. I'm gonna see if my luck might be just a smidge better in an elevated position here. Just a smidge better. Doesn't need to be a lot better, but let's try the level that I was talking about earlier, where we're at 44, 45Y. Let's see how things look around here. What is that? Oh, is that me? What did I tell you? All right, there we go, dude. First diamonds of the world. Boom. Thank you very... Oh, there we go. What did I tell you? I told you it could happen with iron. It could happen with diamonds. That's awesome. That is actually so big that it happened on the first diamonds. So we got 11 diamonds from that pocket. Incredible. I don't know if you guys do this very often, but whenever you do mine your last diamond, you should check around. Just because sometimes the diamonds generate weird. So you just want to be aware of that, I guess. And now, yes, I am absolutely digging straight up because I don't want to spend an hour underground. Oh, hey. See, look at this guy. What if I, like, look away? No, he still runs. But that does give us enough iron, or sorry, enough diamonds, rather, to kind of have a little bit of playroom. I'm going to look for one more second to see if I can find my tunnel back up, because that would drastically speed this up, and I am going to cover that, because that is a literal death trap waiting. Just one more second to see if I can... Oh my lord, that one had a creeper head. Scary little guy. Kind of jump scared me a little bit. All right, maybe up here. Hold on, let me see up here. Not saying this is the way, but I'm saying it might be. But I do not believe that it is. I really need to be careful of where I walk around too, because if I don't have markers, or if I don't remember where my hole is, then that could be one swift way to meet some broken ankles. So yeah, I don't think I'm finding it. I thought it was up here, and I guess I could like dig up here, but or not dig, but rather mine up from right here. At least this is a little bit more elevated. Alright, we'll start right here. We got quite the trek up, I will say. But that's alright, because we are going to go ahead and cap this video out with us making the... We're gonna make the jukebox, and we're gonna listen to the entirety of NapTime. I'm gonna let it play. I think that could be a fun way to start whatever we're doing in the next episode as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here right now. I'm planning ahead a little bit, you know, I'm trying to get ahead of things. Alright, we are back into cobblestone, which means I will be swapping my deep slate out because I do like deep slate as a building block. Fun fact, deep slate is one of my favorite building blocks. It's dark and broody, just like me, and I think it's fantastic. Oh, cave. What is that? Wild cave carrots. What is this? Stardew? Oh my god, it has the Stardew. It looks just like Stardew. Did I call that, or did I call that? Wait, were those seeds? Yeah, I kind of want the cave carrot seeds. Let me get those. Gossipium. Okay, maybe it's not carrot seeds. Do I want to explore this? Not particularly. Imagine I find my hole now. Ooh. We'll absolutely take these though. What is that? Oh, bombs? Don't mind if I do. Okay. Couple more emeralds, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and keep mining up, shall we? I'm just leaving minefields all over the place. I'm gonna be spelunking in like 15 episodes. And I'm gonna be back in these caves. And I'm gonna hit one of these holes that I'm leaving right now. And I'm going to plummet to my death. And I'm gonna say, how did that get there? And when that happens, I'm gonna remember this moment and I'm gonna plug it in the stream. I'm gonna edit it in. And if anyone's actually awake listening to this, they're going to hopefully laugh. Then again, I'm not that funny, so I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do believe that we are just about up to the surface. Should be about 10 more blocks until freedom. Unless I'm in the middle of a mountain. I am probably in the middle of a mountain. I love my luck. Oh, I hear rain. Some good ambiance to end the stream off too. Or sorry, end the video off. There we go. The biome just changed over to plains. Yeah, I have to be in the middle. Okay, I thought I lost the... I thought I lost the rain for a second. Yeah, imagine that. If only I would have mined right there instead. Okay, it looks like our house is over this way. Yeah, the main takeaways from this, if you want me to add the enemies back, or try to figure out how to add the enemies rather, let me know. I will gladly do it. It feels a little weird, but honestly, like I was saying, it's not the least welcome thing I've ever done. Like I'm not really minding not having enemies, but I also wouldn't mind if I had enemies. I am not getting that. I don't care enough. Yeah, so it doesn't really, I'm not swayed either way. If enemies sound more entertaining, I will happily bring them back. And on that note, let me go ahead and put anything in here. And then, why does this have a silver star on it? Brother, ew. There we go. Jukebox is completed. We'll put the jukebox right here. Now we just need our music disc, which is right here. And let's listen to NapTime. Now we just need our music disc, which is right here. And let's listen to NapTime. How fantastic was that? Okay. Oops, I did not mean to save a screenshot. Or smash my head into the camera, but both happened. Yeah, I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic time listening to my attempts, even though my voice is incredibly rash, loud, and XYZ other adjectives or descriptive words. That's what an adjective is, right? But yeah, this is definitely a new thing for me. I'm used to on stream being loud and obnoxious and crazy. So taking time to kind of sit back and talk with a non-animated voice and just speak how I speak, that's kind of what this has been. And honestly, I'm very, very happy with how it turned out because I've never built something like this in Minecraft, and I can already kind of see the vision. Like once I actually go through and say actually 7 more times, once I go through and build the house out a little bit more furniture, we can have another jukebox and put some more crafting benches over here, move these upstairs and put furniture, like maybe put like a lounging area here. That could be really cool. Put some carpets in, maybe put some paintings on the wall. I think it's going to be really nice. So yeah, just remember the comments. I'll pick a comment and I will name a chinchilla or a bird after that comment. Please let me know if you'd prefer a chinchilla or a bird. Either works. I do have one name tag, so we'll have to go find more next time, next episode. I do have one, so we will figure that out then. However, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, whatever it is, whether again you were just relaxing, you were studying, you were working, trying to go to sleep. Hopefully I didn't keep you awake. And yeah, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Hey there, if you made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. And if you are interested in any other content of mine, I am live on Twitch any day Tuesday through Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time at Mahzi_, MAHZZI_. Thanks for watching.